Hey guys, this is going to be a little bit different video that I normally do. This is going to be a rant, and basically I'm just going to be trying to explain what happened to my channel, because back when YouTube was new, I was really excited about it. I started making videos. I've always made videos, so I thought YouTube was a cool idea that you could share it with millions of people, and so I jumped on the bandwagon when YouTube was first getting started, and I didn't know there was a bunch of rules and stuff, and they didn't even have that many rules the first year they started, so I just started recording videos, and I learned my lesson and then continued doing what I thought was right. And then in about 2008, I think they decided to change the rules. So I started getting a lot of subscribers back when YouTube was new, and all of a sudden, a few years later, I suddenly don't have any subscribers, and I'm going to try to explain why that happened. While I'm explaining, I'm going to have pictures of some numbers on some of my videos that sort of proof to help me explain what's going on, and then I'm going to have like random doodles of me drawing, working on just little sketches and doodles for upcoming projects that I have ideas for. Nothing too fancy, but if I run out of space or whatever, if I need to insert more images, I might have random pictures that I've drawn. So anyways, here's a couple. First thing I did was went through a bunch of my videos and took pictures, screenshots of, just the basic information. Then I kind of put that in Photoshop just so I could lump a bunch of them together so I don't have to go through all my videos. I have a little over 100 videos, and I had a few more that were taken down and I never remade, but some of them were taken down and put back up like a few days later, which is something YouTube used to do back in the day. So I'm going to be putting on the screen my little Photoshop blob of information, and I got a few pages of it that I'm just going to try to go through really fast, because out of the, let's just say I had 100 videos, out of 150 of them were taken down and I couldn't get monetized, and you'll see why that's kind of upsetting. Some of this might seem like, oh, I'm just being a crybaby or whatever, and it happened to a lot of YouTubers, but the ones that had a certain amount of subscribers, even though they got screwed over, they were able to get past it when they made new videos just because they had subscribers already. But in my situation, I didn't have very many. I had just under 1,000. I was getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, and I think that was getting close to the breaking point. If I had a little bit more, and more people that followed my content or whatever, I would have survived. But since I had under 1,000 subscribers, when they started taking videos down, people just lost interest in my stuff. So they either quit watching YouTube or unsubscribed or whatever. So for example, here's a page where I have, here's 5 examples. I have a bunch of other ones. I'm just going to show you some of the worst ones. This top one got, just under 500 views, and you might be saying 500 views, that's nothing to worry about. This was a video of me just trying to help a kid. He was drawing his own personal character, and I just gave him tips how to practice the pros, practice by copying professionals. And then I just mentioned that he needs to try to set his camera down and record because he was trying to hold it and draw at the same time. It was so shaky. Anyways, this was like a personal video. It wasn't any big deal, but I had music really quietly because I had everything I was explaining to the kid written out in text scrolling across the screen. So they took that video off, told me I had to switch the audio, and I think I did. But, you know, about 500 views, you probably think that's not that much. That's nothing to worry about. But when you have 15 videos that all have 500 views, that adds up. Here's another one. I just drew this character's cloud, and you could hear some sort of music, and they forced me to switch audio, or they were going to take it down, and I just clicked some generic thing they had a list of approved songs, and I clicked one of the songs from their approved list, but none of the views counted. They don't count it as you getting a view even after you swap the audio. So I had this anime contest where people drew and sent me a video response, and I picked the winner who I thought was the best as far as skill and the requirements I set. But this is just me telling the results about how good I think people did. And at the very end, I just had this little text scrolling up that said, "Thanks for participating in the contest." And I just added this tiny 2-second clip of a song that wasn't hardly anything. I just didn't want that 2 seconds of video to have no sound because it just felt weird. But they took my whole video down and didn't even give me a chance to swap the audio, so it has a copyright claim over it. Now, the next two are, I've made a couple different Dragon Ball Z drawing guides, and these two were how to draw the characters from a side view, and it was a general guide how you could turn it into any character, basically, because if you followed my other guide, all the characters have similar features, and you can use one basic guide and just alter it to make all the different characters. Anyways, this was like my side view, and I actually was going to have 3 parts, and after I uploaded the first 2 parts, the third one kept having problems in uploading. So I never got the third one up, but a lot of people started watching it right away. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is popular, so anything to do with it's going to get views usually. And like right away, they made it so I couldn't get monetized ads on it, and they never explained why. And this is one that's bothered me for couple years. I mean, I made this one. Most of these videos I made back in 2008, but this one was in 2013, and they never gave me an explanation why they just cut off the ads like the first day. So I still don't understand that one. Now here's some that are all close to 1,000 views or more, and you might be thinking 1,000 views still, that's not that much, but I mean, just look how many are on this page plus my other ones I mentioned. It adds up. If you have a lot of videos and they all have 1,000 views, it adds up, and it gets really frustrating when you're getting thousands of views on dozens of videos, but it doesn't count as anything. And I didn't start this channel to make money or anything. I did it because, first of all, I've always made videos and I thought it was fun. Second of all, people were asking me to draw certain characters. And third, people kept asking me for tips how they could draw their own characters or create their own comics and stuff. So the human interaction was like my main goal for this, is like what people want and how I could help. And basically just for the fun of it. But then when I saw that people were doing the exact same thing and getting paid for it, I started being like, well, why couldn't I get paid for it too? And so, as you can see, I'm not going to go through all of these, but they all have 1,000, some of them even close to 2,000 views. And two of them have an audio swap that I was forced to put music on, and I picked music from their approved list. Yet none of it counts towards going towards me, like money financially. For some reason, if you do an audio swap, you're just screwed. They don't count any views after you do the audio swap. And it's kind of crap because they have this list of approved music that you can change your stuff to if you had other music, but it's pointless. You don't get paid for any ads that pop up once you do the audio swap. So I'm going to go to a next one. These are all over 2,000 views. Some of them are getting close to 5,000 views. Same thing. Some of them have copyrighted marks on it. Some of them are because I intentionally put music over it so that it wasn't a silent video, because I couldn't just talk for 5 to 10 minutes about what I'm drawing. I mean, if people wanted me to draw a specific character, I would do that, and instead of having a silent video or me saying, here I am drawing a line or whatever, I would just put music over it. And then they would either take the video down for a few days and put it back muted, or send me an email that says you can audio swap it or whatever. But look at this bottom one. This is just a character I made up. I recently redrew it, trying to explain a little bit about what happened, but they just muted the video because you could hear music instead of giving me the chance to audio swap it or whatever, which I thought was weird. They just muted it, and I never got a notification or anything, so I didn't know. I mean, I did that video in 2008, so I have other videos like that where I had no clue that they were either taken down or muted. So who's going to watch a muted video, or, when people who are subscribed see that a video is taken down, they're just going to lose interest. So here's another page of videos that I'm just going to go through real quick. A couple of these were taken down, and I never got a reason why. Some of them you could hear music in the background or something, like I had a radio on and they just picked it up automatically. And some of them were taken off for a few days, and it really didn't make any sense. Like this one, I have a couple videos where I'm just acting like an idiot trying to be funny, and they took one of those off, and I think it's because you can hear a radio in the background or something, and really doesn't make any sense. It's not like it's I'm trying to claim it as my song or something, and that's a problem with all of them. I've never claimed the music as being me unless it was something I made. And pretty much every single video that I put music over, I have it scrolling at the end in text, who the artist is, what the song is, where you can buy it. If not there, it's definitely in the description. I've never claimed to make the music, which is what a copyright is all about. And these are just YouTube videos. They're not big Hollywood budget movies. If the actual artists were the ones complaining, that would be one thing. But since it's an automated piece of shit that just takes the videos down as soon as it hears a familiar sound, it's completely not fair, because when all your videos get taken down in a huge chunk, like, I mean, I had probably 30 all get taken down in a week or so without any notices. Your random fans or subscribers or whatever you want to call them are just going to be like, what the heck happened, and not want to go back to your channel if everything just disappeared. So here's another one. This is where I'm starting to get really pissed. So these all have about 10,000 views or more. I mean, the first one's just under 10,000, and then I've got this bottom one over 12,000. This is where it's getting really annoying, where these videos were taken off because you can hear a radio in the background, or I put music over, and I definitely gave props to whatever song I had, because most of them are just me drawing with some sort of music over. And some of them I'm even describing what I'm doing for part of the video, but then I run out of things to say, so I just put music over the rest. And all these tens of thousands of views, not a single one of them counted toward monetization for whatever, you know. Some of them, they still put ads on, but I don't get any of it. It's ridiculous. It makes me want to just take those videos off YouTube, but they were there for a reason, because people ask for those very specific drawings. So here's a few of my biggest ones that I really do not understand. I mean, these are all about the first couple are about 20,000 views. That's a lot of views for somebody with less than 1,000 subscribers. That's a ton of views. And then you go down here, I got one for almost 60,000, then 116,000 views. That's almost 120,000 views on one video. And that was back in 2008. That's almost going viral, and yet I can't count that because I had music over it. They notified me and said, you must audio swap it or we'll take the video down. So I picked a song that was from their very specific list of music you could choose from, and now that song is over the video. It's basically just dubbed over the video, and I can't claim anything. It's basically not even my video now because of the song. And when people look up how to draw or me drawing something, especially if they said, can you draw a specific character, and then I do that, they're looking up me drawing it. They're not looking up the video for the song. They're looking for my drawings or a help guide to help them draw. They're not looking for how to play music or how to play a certain song. If they wanted the song, they could just look that song up on any other video that has the song. There's like, the Vivo channel that's just music or whatever, or a million other people that just have a blank screen with the whole CD. So it's ridiculous to have so many, at least 50 with thousands of views, and not be able to get any of that monetization. And some people think that, I'm just maybe overreacting or being a baby, but 50 videos that were all taken down because of the same thing, and I only got notices for a couple of them. How would I know? Except years later when I started going back through my videos and noticed a bunch of them were mute. Then I was like, oh geez. Started going back through them and had to put music over them, but then anytime I'm talking or whatever, it just dubs over that too. So I basically just have a bunch of videos with other people's music, so you can't hear me explaining anything. I don't know, I just feel like I got really ripped off, and if things could have went a little bit different, I could have turned this into like a little side career or something, because I definitely like making videos and I'm gonna keep making them. I just wish I could have got paid for that, just like a lot of the other people who make YouTube videos all the time. They're all getting paid for their ads and I'm not, so it's really not fair. I know a lot of other YouTubers complain about this when it happened to them, and back in the day, a lot of YouTubers were, complaining about it, and they had to fix some of their stuff. They had to go back and change a lot of, anytime there was music that wasn't theirs, they had to change it. But anyone with over, a few thousand subscribers, they actually got through it because of their subscribers, But when you're small like me, it just completely wiped my channel out. Anyways, I've been telling people I was going to make sort of a rant to explain what was happening, and a lot of people ask me what happened, and when I try to explain it to them in person or like friends and family, like they just don't quite get it when I talk about the ads being placed on my video. And it's possible you can make money on this, but it's also possible to get completely screwed and they still show ads but you don't get any money for it. So hopefully this, if anyone watched this, it kind of explains some of it. I'm gonna get back to making regular drawing videos soon and be more on a schedule. I'm gonna try to do at least one drawing a week, and on my other channel I might do one funny video a week. I'd rather do 2 a week, 2 drawings and 2 funny videos, but I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm definitely gonna try to make them much higher quality. Thanks for watching.